of kids and career that completely derailed my fitness journey or my physical activity. So that's what happened, but then I got back to it in my late 30s, 39 is when I started hitting and getting back into focused training. You know, otherwise it used to be a walk here, a run there, a swim there, but focused training started again when I was about 39.
Yeah, but Saraswati, tell me this, from mom to mom, how are you making time? What's your schedule? Like, how does it even work?
Truthfully, it's not so difficult to pull out a schedule. You know, whenever people ask me or women ask me truthfully about how to find time, I'm usually saying, look at your screen time. I mean, if it's more than 4 hours, you know where the time is. So it's about 45 minutes to an hour a day. I usually get up at around 5:30. Send the kids off to school, then there's a golden hour between 7:30 and 8:30 before I have to get to work. You know how work in media companies is, starts early, ends late. So yeah, I mean, I just find a little 1 hour, and I even try to fit in a schedule when I'm traveling. I ensure that there is a gym nearby to the hotel or a swim pool that is available.
Wow.
So an hour a day, and if you're doing it consistently, Sonal, the whole thing is you just need 45 minutes to an hour. It doesn't require donkey hours, truthfully.
Can we also ask you, Saraswati, how does it make you feel? Like when you leave the gym, how do you feel in the hours after that? How do you go about your day?
Truthfully, I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but I love flexing my arms when in the strength training section. And when it's among all men, it leaves you feeling very strong. It leaves you feeling very, very confident about yourself. I love it when I walk into the gym. I love it when I walk out of the gym. I love looking at myself in the mirror. Truthfully, but as a person, I was a very meek person. I'm a petite personality. I'm at a 5'1". I'm not huge. But strength training has made me feel very, very confident about myself, extremely resilient, and I feel I can take on whatever knocks come my way. And it doesn't feel intimidating anymore.
Love it, Saraswati. Just fabulous answer. So I can't let you go without giving your piece of advice to everybody else. All you 30s, 40s, 50-year-old men, women alike. If you had one thing to tell them to sort of go and flex their muscles as well, what would that be?
I'd tell women, especially women, first thing, don't give up sports. To the young girls, but as women, as we kind of get on to our additional responsibilities that are thrown our way, trust me, make 1 hour for yourself. It's going to really repay you. And don't be so scared of the strength training section, because I see women all move to the functional, the cardio section. They don't hit the strength training. Somewhere they're intimidated because they're big burly men who are working out. Start small. You have to start somewhere. You'll get good, and you'll get bigger, you'll get stronger, and it'll make you feel really good about yourself. And that's my advice to women, to please keep at it, involve strength training. And you know, the strength training really helps you sidestep the problems of menopause. I really think it's important for women to strength train and to take it seriously and not to shy away from the weights.
Saraswati, you've shared an incredible message with us today. Thank you, and thank you for starting your day with TBC, with our entire family. Okay, that's incredible advice from Saraswati.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So she said, don't get intimidated by the gym at all. She said, use the machinery that you need to use. Don't get intimidated by people looking. Take out time and focus in that 1 hour, in that 45 minutes. Do the strength training. So we've paid attention to what Saraswati had to say, and we've heard the message. But how do you actually go about this?
Yeah, because remember, you know, weight training is good We've just shown you that it can be done across ages. But the thing to remember about weight training is that if you don't do it right, you can really have major injuries, back injuries that you'll have to live with for the rest of your life. So, if you're feeling very inspired by this segment, we've just got the right person for you to make it happen the right way. Joining us now in the studio is a certified strength trainer, Neville Almeida. Good morning, Neville. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Neville, you've got some 5 things to keep in mind when you approach strength training. Take us through that, please.
Right. Okay, so just before I start off, I would just like to thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
Okay, and there are a few things now. Weight training, like you said, you rightly said that if you do not take care, it can end up with an injury. So there are a few things. I'm just going to first tell you what are the things, and then I'm going to run you through few exercises so that you get to know exactly what I'm talking about. So the setup is really important when you're doing any kind of strength training exercise. Loading and unloading the weight is one of the most important things because that is where major injuries come in from. And also again, posture is a very important thing because as you are working out, you need to make sure you have the right posture all throughout the range of motion. Okay. Now I'm going to display a few exercises. I'm going to start off with lunges. I've got a pair of dumbbells over here. Now loading, like I said, you need to bend down. Make sure you do not round your spine. You bend both your knees, pick it up in a safe manner. Because like I said, major injuries happen when you're picking up the weights or you're racking the weights back. Now for your setup, like I said, you're going to have your legs shoulder width distance for this exercise particularly, and you're going to step exactly forward, take a step a little longer than your walking stance. The weight is on the front leg. Now the working muscle is your front leg, so you're going to step on the front leg. The back leg is just there to support you. Now drive from the heel of the front leg and push it back again. Now while you're doing this, your spine needs to be in a neutral position. Always look straight ahead, the position that you're traveling
When
in.
you say neutral, what does that mean?
It means you maintain the arch on your spine. You have an arch which is like a lordotic arch on your lower spine. If I do this and if I round my spine, that's not the neutral position. So this would be the right position for you to stay in.
Right.
So upright, ideally your people arch your back. Arch your back. What they mean by that is basically staying in a neutral position of your spine. So this is how you're going to do this. Okay. Now the next exercise that I would show you is a bent over row. Now this particular exercise is for your back. Again, lifting the weights, bend your knees, pick it up. You're going to set yourself up. Now this is your setup. Your legs are going to be comfortably closed. Upper body almost parallel to the floor. Hands in line with the shoulder. Stand completely upright. Over here again, notice the spine is in a neutral position. Do not hyperextend or do not arch your back too much. Pull it straight up and down. Now, one other thing that is really important is the breathing technique. So when you're doing these exercises, you need to make sure you breathe right. So while you do this, the weights, when they move away from the ground, you're going to exhale. So you're going to go and then down slow. So I'll show it you again. Now what happens with this, when you start lifting heavier and heavier, you slowly will start getting better at it with your proper breathing technique. So these are the few things that you really need to remember to actually go about it.
Right, right. So that's fabulous. So get your spine right, always ensure that you're holding the weight properly and you're breathing right. Those are
Correct.
3 things. And if I can add my own over there, please ensure that you do it under supervision, especially if you're just starting out.
Yeah.
Don't try and get very creative about it at all. So ensure that you're doing it just the right way. Thanks so much, Neville. That was helpful, yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, let's take our audiences to something different. But audiences, TBC family, remember, the big message we want you to leave with is strength train. Get into it no matter what age you are. Let's take you very quickly to stories taking place across the country and the world now. Let's take a look. Salman Rushdie, the renowned author and the survivor of a brutal knife attack, has said that he finds solace in the miraculous nature of survival despite his lack of religious beliefs. This is ahead of the release of his memoir, Knife. He's recounting the harrowing incident in which he was attacked, and he shared his thoughts on it. He has also brought us more details because remember, the attack happened 33 years after Iran's infamous fatwa against him for his novel, The Satanic Verses.
Amid two tax cuts and modest economic uptake, Britain's Prime Minister Rishi Sunak finds himself grappling with dwindling political prospects. The Prime Minister Sunak's political struggles, Johnson criticism, and looming presence of the Brexit advocate Nigel Farage further eclipsed Sunak's standing. Despite efforts, Sunak struggles to reclaim popularity, with opinion polls signalling a strong preference for change after 14 years of conservative rule.
And New York City takes a fresh approach to its rat problem, with traditional methods proving entirely ineffective against the rodent's rapid reproduction. Now the City Council has introduced a pioneering bill centered on modern rat control. So what will this involve? This will involve distributing sterilizing pellets in specified rat mitigation zones across at least 10 different city blocks as part of a pilot initiative.
Health campaigners are pushing for routine inquiries into menstrual health during the general practitioner visit to better tackle health-related issues, as highlighted by a well-being of women survey. The study uncovered that a significant number of girls endure severe period pain, impacting daily activities like eating, sleeping and attending school. Mental health also took a toll, with symptoms leading to demotivation, anxiety, depression and anger. All right, on that note, we're going to slip into a break. I hope you're all powered up, charged up to start your day, just like we did over here right in our studios. We'll come back to sort of give you the other side of it, how to detox in a way. Is art the way forward? That's coming up in just a moment from now.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष श्रीमान जेपी नड्डा जी, राजनाथ सिंह जी, अमित भाई, निर्मला जी, भाजपा के अन्य वरिष्ठ पदाधिकारीगण, देश के कोने कोने में उपस्थित सभी भाजपा कार्यकर्ता, आज बहुत ही शुभ दिन है। देश के कई राज्यों में इस समय नववर्ष का उत्साह है। बंगाल में पोयला वैशाख का आनंद है। असम में बोहाग बिहू के साथ देश बैसाखी का जश्न भी मना रहा है। ओडिशा में पाना संक्रांति हो, केरल में बिशु हो या फिर तमिलनाडु में नव वर्ष पुथांडु हो, सबको शुभकामनाओं का दौर चल रहा है। आज नवरात्रि के छठे दिन हम सभी मां कात्यायनी की पूजा करते हैं और मां कात्यायनी अपने दोनों भुजाओं में कमल धारण किए हुए हैं। ये संयोग भी बहुत बड़ा आशीर्वाद है। इनके सब के साथ सोने में सुहागा आज बाबा साहब आंबेडकर की जयंती भी है। ऐसे पावन समय में आज भाजपा ने विकसित भारत के संकल्प पत्र को देश के सामने रखा है। मैं आप सभी को सभी देशवासियों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। मैं राजनाथ जी और उनकी पूरी टीम को भी इस उत्तम मैनिफेस्टो तैयार करने के लिए उनका अभिनंदन करता हूं। मैं देश भर में से लाखों लोगों ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रति अप्रतिम विश्वास रखते हुए जो सुझाव भेजे, इस संकल्प पत्र को बनाने में सक्रिय भागीदारी निभाई, इसके लिए भी देश के लाखों ऐसे सक्रिय नागरिक
Welcome back to the Breakfast Club. Let's take a brief dip into the science world and let's bring you this next story. In the zoo of elementary particles, which make up our entire universe, there's only one particle that's named after a person, Peter Higgs, after whom the eponymous Higgs boson is named. He passed away recently at the age of 94 in Edinburgh.
But without Higgs' work, we wouldn't understand why there are atoms. Some pretty basic features of our world would be not really understandable. He's often remembered also by his peers as the atheist scientist who discovered the God particle. So obviously we did a bit of a deep dive into it. Watch this report for more.
All matter around us is made of elementary particles, the building blocks of matter. And in a zoo of such elementary particles which make up our universe, there is only one particle named after a person. British physicist Peter Higgs, who unlocked the mysteries of the universe, is no more. His theory of an undetected particle in the universe changed science and was vindicated by a Nobel Prize-winning discovery half a century later. Higgs was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in 2013 for his work in 1964 that showed how the boson is the fundamental force carrying particle of the Higgs field. The Higgs boson has a mass of 125 billion electron volts, that is, it is 130 times more massive than a proton. The Higgs boson is the only elementary particle with no spin. A boson is a force carrier particle that comes into play when particles interact with each other, with a boson exchanged during this interaction. The name God particle was solidified upon its discovery. Besides his outstanding contributions to particle physics, Peter was a very special person, an immensely inspiring figure for physicists around the world, a man of rare modesty and a great teacher. Higgs was 94 years old when he died. His death will leave a void in the field of particle physics.
Okay, now let's take you to something slightly different. Sonal told us a little earlier, we're going to take a look at decompression. April 15th is celebrated world over as World Art Day, and it is to promote the importance of art and to honor the contributions of artists. The day's purpose is to highlight the links between artistic creations and society. The goal basically is you want to promote awareness of the diversity of artistic expressions, the different kinds of artistic expression that exist.
Yeah, and Toya is looking quite in form. She's all ready to deep dive. So let's tell you what's happening next on the program. It's World Art Day, of course, and it is, remember, celebrated to mark the birthday of Leonardo da Vinci as well. So all of us thought, of course, he's a great artist. All of us can't be Da Vinci, but all of us can sort of help and try to find the artist within ourselves, right? So which is why Toya has a very special guest with her.
Right, we brought on to the show Snehal Bansal. She's from the Bombay Drawing Company. Snehal, thank you for joining us today. Snehal, you've got us in these aprons that we're wearing, and this is obviously for keeping it tidy in the next few minutes. Snehal, I'll just start you off with a question and answer that question, and then let's get into the art, because I don't want to keep our TBC family waiting for too long. We've made them go to the gym early in the morning. Now we're doing this art. I just want to ask you, Snehal, you're on a mission to make everyone take a break from our tech-heavy lives. Can you tell us a little bit about how this entire idea came about and what we're going to do today?
So the idea really started when I wanted to engage my own guests. It really started with a very small motive at that point, and I realized that this is such a need. City life is alienating. We're constantly looking out for notifications, and now in the past few years, social media, our screens, and you're constantly just running against time. All your senses are also extremely immersed into things that are not probably the best for you. So this really quietens and calms down. You get a little break. You're able to immerse into an experiential, creative expression, that helps you just take a breath. Just be with yourself for some time. And I think, which is why it has also really picked up is because it's such a need right now. We've been growing at a certain pace, and that is also because it's really a need. Going forward with the whole, especially with so many screens around us all the time. So I think this has really helped.
Okay, so it's kind of a meditation of sorts is what you're saying.
100%,
right?
yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to do today?
So today we're going to do a fluid art, which is going to be a very quick, easy format that I've picked especially for today. It's very visual as a process also. Can I do it in front of you?
Please.
Okay.
And I'll also I'll tell our audiences, we have a little clock timer
All
that's
right.
going to count 3 minutes. You
Okay.
said this is all about meditation. We wanted to add a little anxiety. No, I'm kidding. We just wanted to show our audiences that it's just going to take that little amount of time in your day, for you to sit down, for you to calm down. So first we'll put that timer on, we'll show you doing the art.
Makes
then
sense.
we'll also join into the process. Please go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to get started.
follow you.
Pick any colors that you like, and when this is a paper cup that we're using, just start putting it on one
Pick up
side.
the same color. I'll pick up a different
Any
color.
color, yeah.
Okay.
So just put, if you take a look here.
Oh, this is so much
and
fun.
one on top of each other. I'm going to put it from the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going all the way to the bottom?
That's
Can
right.
can I show the camera
Yes,
that
please. Yes, please.
we're doing this? Okay. So the yellow is reaching all the way to the bottom. Let me just show our audiences that. And we can do different colors, you're saying, right?
Yes.
ठीक है.
So layer various colors one on top of each other.
Whoa, this is so fun. Okay. This is cool. And and see Sneha, look, Sonal's joining us in the
Out
Mumbai
how
studio.
efficient.
Yeah.
Can I just point out how efficient Snehal is, because she's got some colors delivered here. So this is happening via satellite, guys. So much so for keeping tech away, it also unites you as long as you're doing it for the right
way.
purposes.
Yeah, the tricky part there. Okay, let me just show our audiences that we've got a few different colors going on. We've got blue, purple, yellow. We've got a little yellow in there too. You can, was I supposed to do that?
It's all good. We're going to do the same thing.
I love this.
We're going to do the exact same thing, and you
Great.
by chance just did that. You've done the art already. Okay, so can I now pour it? Sonal, are you with me?
I am, but I've had a bit of a spill.
Don't worry, we
So
did too.
I don't know how this is going to work.
Okay, let's do this now. Let's do this, guys. Okay.
Okay, so now we do it.
So, see, do you see a little beak
Yeah,
here? So,
yeah,
let's just press
So this-
it, and then
We almost make a
we
beak
are-
is what you're saying.
That's right, that's right. I'm just going to.
Chidiya ka muh. Then
Yeah,
we
so just give it for the camera. Okay, and then I'm going to start pouring this, as you can see. And I think we need a close-up on this process.
Yeah.
Because this is a very visually satisfying process, as you can see.
It's so relaxing. I'm just watching it. It's a little trippy too.
Okay, it's time to do
It
it, I
is.
guess.
It is
now.
trippy, I agree. This particular one is. Okay, so once we have this, we're just going to move it around. And now you'll see that it'll unfold into a gorgeous ring of, it could be trees, it could be galaxy, as you can see.
This is so beautiful. Wow. Can we just show our, oh yeah, there we go. And can you just tell me, यहाँ पे I did that little spill. Can I also do the same thing you're doing?
Yes!
Okay. So I can
But
also
you
start.
need to,
wanna-
you need to put a lot more color.
Yeah, there we go.
So, a lot more. I think you also need to fill the cup with.
And let's just tell our audiences behind us We took you to Sonal a little earlier. Sonal, your art piece is looking gorgeous. It's looking like a book cover, frankly.
Is it?
Yeah, the purple, the red.
Nehal, Toya is just being nice to me.
No.
I want to know if this really
to cover
works.
the canvas, you'll have to add lot more paint in your
That's the
cup.
mistake I made too.
Yeah.
We need
So
to,
just fill the cup so that you have enough. Now take a look at
need
this.
to be less shy with the colors.
100%. We have lots of paints.
Okay.
All right. So this is how it is.
Guys, let's see
And
what
you know,
you've
all of
got. Mine is pretty much done over here.
Mine is nowhere near done because I was told to put more colors. So we are just.
All right.
Can I just
so
pour this on top again?
Yes.
It's
Yeah, so
a few
pour-
different colors.
Yeah,
so.
put it here, this side.
Okay, so
Oh,
let
you need
me tell you, our TBC family, that if you don't end up putting it in the first time, you can just put it again
Anyway,
as
yeah.
you're telling us, right?
Absolutely.
And okay, cool. Sneha, Sonal is also right behind us in case you want to give a look at the art she made. She's so diligently.
What do you think, Sneha?
There we go, there we go. It's
Lovely.
I find it very beautiful. Okay, now you're going to help me.
Yes, I'm going to. Why don't you pour? I've already poured some color on this. Just pour it over
Oh,
here.
more? You wanna?
Yeah, the color is less. Can I?
Yeah, please. Oh wow, and this is beautiful because it's a different collection of
Yes,
colors.
absolutely. So it'll give it another twist.
This is so fun. This is the most fun I've had, I believe, at 8 a.m. in the morning.
All right, now you can start moving it around.
Okay. And
And-
let's just
Yeah,
also, wow. And we just basically, you're saying be careful about filling the sides.
exactly.
Right?
And
'Cause
that
that's
is
when
how
it
the
looks-
artwork looks complete.
Ah.
I mean, I would have ideally also wanted Sonal to do it. Sonal is doing
Yeah,
it.
she's
Okay,
doing it.
lovely.
This is a little like marble painting, like
It is.
the
It
final
is.
product.
Yeah, it looks like marble. And you know, so it really depends on how you're pouring it. So that is how you get various results.
Yeah.
You can pour literally on top of the canvas also. For example, so there are no rules really. This is
Should
a
we
very
just
experimental
let's
form.
hold up yours and mine just to show the difference.
Yes.
And then we'll also show Sonal's. Just look at how different Snehal's and mine are, and these are basically the same colors.
Yeah, they're
Right.
all the same colors actually.
Okay.
So this will always be, even if you create its own masterpiece every
Yeah.
time.
This is so cool. Okay, I have to say this is incredible. Snehal, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just look at Snehal's piece, look at ours. This is the Bombay drawing room. So our audiences can contact you too.
Yes.
You can also do this at home. This is just paints and
These
a
are
board.
just-
This was
yeah.
really cool. And of course, Sonal joining us from Mumbai with her art piece. And Sonal, over to you.
Well, thank you for that, Snehal and Toya. This is surely a lot of fun and surely a lot of spillage. So I guess that's what really fun is all about. But I like the process. I like how we've indulged in something which is new and nice, and that seems to be the whole message over here. But it's not just this. We're talking about World Heart Day, and how can we not talk about the stand artist here in India who has really been the one who's making spectacular pictures, spectacular sculpture with art almost every day. So here we have the international stand artist, the Padma Shri awardee Sudarshan Patnaik, on his dedication and his message on World Art Day. On that note, we're going to go clean up and we'll see you in just a moment from now. Quick break, be back in a moment.
हमारी पीढ़ी को
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष श्रीमान जेपी नड्डा जी, राजनाथ सिंह जी, अमित भाई, निर्मला जी, भाजपा के अन्य वरिष्ठ पदाधिकारीगण, देश के कोने कोने में उपस्थित सभी भाजपा कार्यकर्ता, आज बहुत ही शुभ दिन है। देश के कई राज्यों में इस समय नववर्ष का उत्साह है। बंगाल में पोएला वैशाख का आनंद है। असम में बोहाग बिहू के साथ देश बैसाखी का जश्न भी मना रहा है। ओडिशा में पाना संक्रांति हो, केरल में बिशु हो या फिर तमिलनाडु में नव वर्ष पुथांडु हो, सबको शुभकामनाओं का दौर चल रहा है। आज नवरात्रि के छठे दिन हम सभी मां कात्यायनी की पूजा करते हैं और मां कात्यायनी अपने दोनों भुजाओं में कमल धारण किए हुए हैं। ये संयोग भी बहुत बड़ा आशीर्वाद है। इनके सब के साथ सोने में सुहागा आज बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर की जयंती भी है। ऐसे पावन समय में आज भाजपा ने विकसित भारत के संकल्प पत्र को देश के सामने रखा है। मैं आप सभी को, सभी देशवासियों को बहुत
Welcome back on the Breakfast Club. Now from art to overdrive, one of the most iconic brands to ever scorch Indian roads on two wheels since the turn of the century is coming next.
Yes, it is the Bajaj Pulsar, of course, which is giving the stables a makeover. The N250, launched in November of 2021 in the quarter-litre segment, has got a significant facelift. So our friends and colleagues at Overdrive had to give it a try. Here are the details.
Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I'm Rohit Paradkar and with me here is the new Bajaj Pulsar N250. What's new? Well, I think you've already seen the one big change, that is the upside down forks. You'll also see the graphics. Gone are the plain Jane colors. You get these snazzy graphics right here, white color on this 250 lettering that you see here. There are going to be other color options which I'm going to show at the end of the video. So do not go anywhere. Watch the video all the way to the end. So let's detail those changes. You get these beefy upside down forks. They replace the standard units that you had on the outgoing 23, 22 models of the Pulsar 250. This is the updated 2024 unit. So what you get for 2024 is also the new LCD cluster. Very similar to what we've seen on the N160. You saw that little compass right there when it booted up. Let me show that to you again. If you missed that, keep watching here. That's the compass. So now you get turn-by-turn navigation right here. The other little telltale light that you're going to see is TC, because now you get traction control. ABS is there, but now there are going to be three modes. You can see off-road written right here. That was road and rain. So you get three modes for the ABS: road, rain and off-road. Off-road, of course, is going to turn off the rear ABS, but not completely is what we are told. There is traction control as well, but these modes do not really affect traction control in any way. So these are not rider modes, these are only ABS modes. Right, you get the fuel gauge right here, the gear indicator right here, the speedometer right here, the rev counter on top. Like I said, the turn-by-turn navigation here. You also get Bluetooth connectivity. So features are going to be very similar to what we've seen on the N160. The navigation is, of course, exclusive to this particular motorcycle. You will also see the E20 sticker right here. So the tank size remains the same, but the bike, the engine, the components, they are E20 fuel compliant now. So there have been upgrades to the electronics, like I said, the traction control, then you get the different ABS modes and a few changes to the engine. What is not going to be noticeable for you is the slightly shorter wheelbase that this motorcycle now has. It used to be 1351 millimeters on the outgoing N250, and on this one it's going to be 1342 millimeters, so a 9 millimeter lesser wheelbase. The ground clearance is going to be 165 millimeters. The seat height has gone up a little bit to 800 millimeters now. It was 790 or 795 millimeters if I'm not wrong. The split seat arrangement, the design of the seats, all of that remains the same. The only design that has really changed is the paint job, the graphics, all of that. So here on the red color, you're going to see a gloss red finish on the belly pan as well, but a matte black finish down below. And you will also notice a gunmetal finish for the engine casing and that satin finish for the exhaust. Why am I pointing this out? Well, I'm going to come to that in a bit when I show you the different colors. Like I said, what's also changed is the rear tire. The 130 section makes way for a slightly broader 140 section rear tire. The lighting elements remain unchanged. No changes there to the tail light, no changes there to the turn blinkers, no changes there to the headlight or its detailing either. So now let's quickly go over to the other side, and you can see there are two more motorcycles there. Let me give you a close-up. So now the other color option that you're going to see is this, the white. Let me know if you like it. You get the blue graphics on it. You'll see that again on the tank, here on the bikini fairing, on the belly pan as well. Here again you're going to get that gloss finish on the white section. The bottom part is going to be the matte finish. You see the gunmetal finish here and that satin finish on the exhaust. Again, something that I'm pointing out, right? Gunmetal finish here on the rear seats as well. I was pointing all of that out for this. Now this is the all black, the classic black. But you get the red accents to give it that contrast. How does it come together? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like this color more than the white or the red? Now why I was pointing those things out is engine casing, black. Exhaust canister, all black. Rear sets, all black too. Even the upside down forks, all black. So which color do you like? Do you like the black, the white?
All right, switching tracks now, and let's talk about IPL. Two exciting matches at the IPL yesterday, the Lucknow Super Giants and KKR, and there was also CSK and MI. Kolkata Knight Riders won the match against Lucknow Super Giants by 8 wickets. Phil Salt and Shreyas Iyer paved the way for this victory with an unbeaten 120-run partnership for the third wicket.
And we'll talk a little bit about Chennai Super Kings. They beat the Mumbai Indians by 20 runs. You had the Sri Lankan pacer who did what really was beautiful. So he came up with his best IPL figures, and we'll share those with you. He grabbed 4 wickets, and it was truly a heroic, unbeaten century by Rohit Sharma at the Wankhede Stadium on Sunday. So lots to look at in that match too.
But it was the MSK Dhoni who was literally the difference over there. He hit about 4 balls, 20 eventually, but the distance between Mumbai and CSK, the Wankhede, where in 2011 he smashed India to the World Cup title, exploded in massive cheer as he walked out of that as well. Take a look at this match report. We'll bring you more.
Quite a day of cricket at the IPL, wasn't it? A double-header day, and the first match, KKR beat LSG by 8 wickets with Phil Salt getting an exceptional 89 not out. Did get a catch drop, but sometimes you ride your luck to make the best of it. And this was Phil Salt's highest score in the IPL, and what a wonderful player he's turned out to be for KKR. He was with Delhi Capitals last year. They let him go. They didn't retain him. In fact, Phil Salt was not purchased in the first round of the auction. He was a late entry for KKR, and I'm sure whoever took that call to bring in the English keeper batter as an opener must be feeling very, very chuffed with that decision, because Phil Salt has really proved a massive influence for KKR. KKR, as many of the viewers know, and definitely social media knows, has one of those been those teams where they've struggled to get the right combination as an opener. But what Phil Salt is doing along with Sunil Narayan, yes, Narayan has not worked for the last 2 games, but in tandem, these two more often than not are giving starts to KKR. And not a surprise to me, I had Phil Salt as my fantasy vice captain yesterday, that he got that explosive 18-9 knockout. The other big talking point from yesterday's win for KKR was Mitchell Starc, the man who went for a jaw-dropping, record-breaking, whopping 24.75 crores to become the most expensive player in IPL history. Had a terrible start, in fact a terrible first couple matches, but yesterday Starc was on the dime taking 3 wickets, which went a long way in LSG just getting to 161 at Eden Gardens yesterday. If you were to have told me that, almost a month into the IPL that KKR would be sitting at number 2, I would have said, you're kidding me. But somehow, despite not firing in unison as a team yet, thanks to a few clutch performances here and there, KKR are indeed at number 2. And I'm sure their fans, and especially Shah Rukh Khan, must be very, very happy with KKR's progress. And what about that second match? El Clasico, the IPL's most storied rivalry. Mumbai Indians hosts Mumbai Indians at the Wankhede Stadium against CSK. And it was Chennai Super Kings, defending champions, that beat Mumbai Indians by 20 runs. Looking at the match, pre, mid and after, and also tracking social media, it seemed like me that most of the fans who gathered at the Wankhede Stadium were just there to watch 2 men. Number 1, MS Dhoni. Tala MS Dhoni, because the cheers for him, the number of yellow jerseys, I think actually outnumbered the Mumbai Indians blue jerseys. And despite that fantastic partnership between Ruturaj Gaikwad and Shivam Dube, the loudest cheer of the day came for MS Dhoni when he walked out to bat right at the end of Chennai's innings. And that noise, it went up several decibel levels at the Wankhede when Dhoni hit 20 off just 4 balls to get CSK past 200 and to what proved a match-winning score. If Mumbai came close, it was because of Rohit Sharma, who got his first IPL 100 since 2012. That's right, no other batsman stepped up to support the hitman, who got a fantastic 100. Ended up on the wrong side, but for India, keeping in mind the T20 World Cup, I think Rohit's 100, his first, like I said, since 2012, augurs very, very well for India looking at the T20 World Cup.
And MS Dhoni clearly won hearts on field and even off the field as well. While he was walking off, he helped a young girl to a cricket ball as well, clearly saying how Dhoni is just a cut above the rest. It was quite a match.
Okay, let's take you now to a special section on financial markets. This is powered by Money Control Pro, Money Control's premium destination for investing and business insights. Let's take a look first at markets. Indian markets are expected to open, this is flat. This is after a sharp recovery in GIFT Nifty over the last few hours. Despite a weak closing of the US markets on Friday, amid the heightened tension in the Middle East right now that continues, Asian markets have opened flat. After rising over the weekend, oil prices are trading lower in early Asian trade. IT stocks will be in focus. This is after TCS results were better than market consensus.
But let's take a look at which sector is in focus for Money Control Pro. Now, everyone knows that water is the resource we can clearly in focus, and issues such as water availability and purification will remain relevant investing themes for years to come. Now, global companies with extensive experience in the water technology industry carry an edge over here. And this time, for investors to identify a domestic water play, is it really? Well, log into Money Control Pro to find out more about India's water projects industry and other actionable insights. It is the premium destination for all the investing views and financial insights you will ever need, brought to you by Money Control.
Weightlifting to our two motorbikes. It's been a very busy morning for both of us, Sonal. Let's call it a wrap on this edition of the show. Thank you for joining the Breakfast Club with us this morning.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
हमारी पीढ़ी को तो
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष श्रीमान जेपी नड्डा जी, राजनाथ सिंह जी, अमित भाई, निर्मला जी, भाजपा के अन्य वरिष्ठ पदाधिकारीगण, देश के कोने कोने में उपस्थित सभी भाजपा कार्यकर्ता, आज बहुत ही शुभ दिन है। देश के कई राज्यों में इस समय नववर्ष का उत्साह है। बंगाल में पोयला वैशाख का आनंद है। असम में बोहाग बिहू के साथ देश बैसाखी का जश्न भी मना रहा है। ओडिशा में पाना संक्रांति हो, केरल में बिशु हो या फिर तमिलनाडु में नव वर्ष पुथांडु हो, सबको शुभकामनाओं का दौर चल रहा है। आज नवरात्रि के छठे दिन हम सभी मां कात्यायनी की पूजा करते हैं और मां कात्यायनी अपने दोनों भुजाओं में कमल धारण किए हुए हैं।